Hey, what's up? So, full disclosure, this was not my idea, but it seemed like people in the comments were shouting for a little raid revival review. Or just one person asked, like, politely, if I'd be willing to maybe review that stuff because they are a new player. And here's the thing, because they're a new player, they don't know yet that I am maybe not the best person to review this, but joke's on them. Usually when people ask me to talk about this game or Final Fantasy or really anything ever, I'm pretty happy to oblige. So here I am to then comment on all that and then try to turn my AC down as it blares behind me. And oh, whoops, I did the wrong direction. There. All right, I'll see if that helps. Anyhow, so yeah, I'll do it. I'll talk about it, and whether this is helpful or not, yeah, you can figure that out. Not my job. I'm just here to talk. Anyhow, so where is it? Oh, well, I guess there's the thing to talk about would be probably the shop, because that's where you look at what you can get out of this whole deal. And actually, raid revivals in general are super important, especially for new players, because the gear, like gearing up your party, is probably the biggest challenge when you start a new account, for sure. Like, see, I haven't even done a minute of it, because I have everything I need. But, it's like trying to gear your party and get them kind of like, suited to hang with the big boys and girls. That takes a minute. Raid gear, especially because it's kind of, stuck behind just like the event. So you're kind of at the mercy of the game as far as like when that stuff will be available. And then also just like the amount of materials, man, that it takes to craft some of this stuffs. So, that's a huge challenge. And the raid equipment, and then also the equipment that you can get in the reliquaries, are pretty much like arguably the best equipment options in the game. But then TMR is excluded, because they're TMRs. Come on, it's different. But it's gonna take a little bit of a mature account to get the reliquary items up to speed. And so between that and then as well as getting all the materials for these, it can be a bit of a challenge, yes, to build guild. There is guild gear. There are a lot of really good things that you can farm. That's a totally separate subject, but right now, just looking at the raid revival, since that's what we're doing, or you're doing, because I'm definitely not doing it, as you can see. There are a lot of things here that are worth talking about. So if you are a new player and you're wondering, like, what are all these things? I don't know. Like, are they worth grabbing? You're not going to be able to grab it all unless you're going to go crazy with your grinding on this, in which case you better have some really good friends who are also going to be able to lend their energy, or you're going to be hopping in every hot multi-room you can possibly find. And actually, like, I really enjoy doing that. In our Discord, I've always enjoyed just hanging out and shooting the shite and like running some of these rooms. That's always been very fun for me. But like I said, I'll talk about anything. Anyway, so that is something to think about if you're looking for friends to help with this kind of stuff. Hop in the Discord. I'm usually happy to help with that. And anyhow, let's start at the very beginning, which is a very good place to start. And we have the Alexandrite ring. That is probably, I would say, out of all of the things here, let me just make sure before I eat my words, the most important thing for you to grab. you're going to want this ring. You're going to want multiples of this ring. Although, a very, very farmable item that I really recommend is the silver rim spectacles. You can farm that in the Farplane archives. And it's got a lot of accuracy on it too. If you choose that method, it gives you some spirit piercing rate as well. But it's a nice option if you're only able to grab one of these Alexandrite rings to still give your team accuracy. So keep that in mind. But the Alex ring is definitely something that you should have multiple of those maxed out. So now I would say hands down is your number one priority. You want to get all 64 recipes for that if you're going for the one, and then all the materials. Oof. So like go look at those raid bosses and like which one's going to give you the things you need, because that's what you're going to want to go at. Because honestly, like there's nothing worse than not being able to smack the guy that's smacking you, so, or girl. So Alex ring, no doubt, yeah, you gotta have some of those. At least one. If you're new, at least one. Platinum robe, nobody uses that. Platinum helm, same. Purple lightning, if you're using Lastwell somewhere, PvE, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe you want that. But there's also other options for that, so really don't need that. Soul of the Masa, I have used this situationally when silence was being an issue for my magic units and the high magic, but I would not say that that's something that I see myself using. Sometimes my alts, yes, it's true, I have some, will like to use it, but no. Elf's Cloak, same thing. This is not getting a lot of use. Defense Bracer can be good, but yeah, no. Galmia Coat, no. Winter Coat, okay, so Winter Coat, there are a lot of evade options out there right now, which, honestly, evade has been really, really solid at messing with people's, oh, shoot. Ugh. I really thought I got rid of all the ants in my drinks. What the hell? Oh, they've been infiltrating my ice. Mother. Get out of here. Well, that's alarming. I really thought, I thought I got the better of them. I'm gonna take this one ice cube out because it looks like it's slowly melting to reveal more ant body parts, and I would just like not to eat an ant abdomen as I talk to you. Also, I guess ice cube is gonna have to melt on the other side of my table. Whatever. Anyway, Winter Coat, yes. Evade is a nuisance, and it will always be a nuisance, and it's going to continue to be a nuisance. It will never stop, because that's what a nuisance does, right? It just never stops being a nuisance. It's its favorite game. Like, nuisance, that's what I do. And then it's like, I hate you, you're such a nuisance. And they're like, yes, but we are. And it's so annoying. That's what the Winter Coat, that's what Evade is, and it will continue to do it. There's no way we're going to get around it. So if you're somebody who likes to be a nuisance and you want to run an Evade team, mind you, you better have some solid units for that. Although this week in Grand Arena, even like MR Evade is being able to be quite nuisancy, and so this would be a great grab for that. So if that's something that you, either as a new player or medium player or whatever, are like, oh, this is something I might want to do, you're going to want one of these. You're probably going to want a couple of them. There's also the Crow's Cloak that you can farm in the Farplane archives, which is also a nice evade piece. And then if we scroll down, that black garb right there on the middle right, same kind of a thing where it's more of, it's going to have some limitations on who you can equip that on, but it's going to give some, I believe it's defense piercing along with the evade. So that's a great option too. But yeah, the winter coat is going to be good if you're going to run the evade shenanigans and just like be a total nuisance that we're all going to hate. Or if you're in Grace Bowl, we're going to like you for it. So anyway, yeah, so winter coat, yes, still worthwhile. But you know, with your intentions in mind. Brigandine, still a good armor piece, but we also have the army plate, which has shown up. I think that's in here. Yep, it is. And we also have Maximilian armor and the reliquaries. So that's something to think about too. I wouldn't necessarily jump on this if you're farming this thing. This Raid Revival all week and you're a new player. Think about that. Chocolate flan, earrings, yeah, don't see those used much. The white marshmallow. Now, this is a good one to grab because status effects have been insane and annoying and really make me grumble. I don't like when I lose battle because of status effects, but it happens. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen to you. But the white marshmallow is a great gear piece that you can also build. You can select the accuracy option, the aim option, and that's where I would suggest going with that, because then you can slap it on. You're going to get accuracy like you would get with the silver spectacles or with the Alexandrite ring, because there is always so much obnoxious evade out there, while also getting the status effect benefits that gives you. So that's something that I would definitely recommend that you grab. I have I think I have 2 of those bad boys. Yeah, and he's such a bad boy. Look at him. He's not cute, and it's like embarrassing to think that your units are wearing this on their head. But you got to just get over that and just gonna be like, well, whatever. They're walking around with a grumpy marshmallow on their head and they're getting all sticky, but at least they're not getting berserks. No. Oh, I don't know. Is that what it does? Let's go look. Ooh. No, I'm spreading rumors. No, I don't think it protects against berserk, but what is it? Poison, paralysis, petrified, confusion, sleep, and then accuracy of 20. Yeah, for that aim version. All right, so yeah, definitely not berserk, but those things, and those are great things, great things. All right, see, I didn't spread any rumors. Keeping it all on the up and up. Did anybody play the NES version of Wheel of Fortune? On the up and up was something that you could solve. That was like one of the final puzzles. And what was fun about that is that, oh man, if you selected P, like it was, and especially like if you had like a good cash number for that. Oh, it was a great way to build up a lot, or like maybe if you're going like for the bedroom set or the car or something like. Oh, it's a great thing. Yeah, I liked solving that puzzle when I saw that come up. Anyway, so if you're playing the NES version, you need some money. You're welcome. Knight armor. This was like really huge for Frega, I feel like, at one point, but again, don't see that too much. Diamond Coat has become relevant again because there are so many missile unit powerful peeps to put in your parties. So much alliteration there. Enjoy. And so I would also suggest putting this on like your short list of something to get, but like maybe not on your short list. Something to definitely get like out of some of these other things. Azure Dragon armor is kind of in the same boat as Brigandine, where we have Army Plate and we have Maximilian and Reliquaries. So, Black Garb, spoke on that again. This is great for evade. It's a great piece, but you do need to check and see who can wear it, because it's more specific than Crow's Cloak and Santa Coat. So it's great when you can put it on somebody, but you gotta make sure that like you're not like going after this and getting those 64 recipes and realizing that like nobody in your party wants it. Survival Vest, another great piece that was super relevant And not like it's still, like, not like it isn't. What's really nice about this is for units that can't wear the heavy armor, it's a great option to give them some more, bulk. But it seems like there's so much more emphasis now on accuracy and all these other things like status effect protection, that you don't work it in as much. And again, maybe I should have like started this by saying that kind of like my perception on this is coming off of a PvP point of view. And so excellent, like some of these pieces, like are in this one is one of those for PvE and still PvP. But this is just like an excellent thing to have overall. I like to have a couple of these because yes, for your units that could benefit, magic or just like more, what do you call them? I have this neighbor. What do I call him? Fragile bones, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any units that are fragile bones, then survival vest is great. Power sash, that's for your fisters, your punchers, and double fisters, and it's good for them, but like it seems like fisting has been like kind of on the back burner for a second, so I definitely wouldn't like prioritize it right now. Sharpshooter's monocle, that can be good, but then we also again have to decide, are we putting the Alex ring on our shooters? Are we putting the diamond coat? Are we putting marshmallow? Like, at what point are you putting the sharpshooter monocle on? So is it down the line? I think it's a bit down the line. Same with Gauntlet of Sharp Steel, which is also good. That like does this like annoying thing where it's like I think bestows on you like this like ability to like take away their ability to reheal themselves, which is cool. But again, they've got to get, it's like 3 turns or something, they've got to get up to them. They've got to be able to smack them in that time, or it's not going to apply. And then like more so than that, like are you going to want, is that going to take precedence over the accuracy or the status effect thing? So there's that. So army plate, I mentioned that before. This is a great armor piece. Really, really great armor piece. That is good to have in your back pocket. Again, making choices between accuracy and whatnot. But folks like Gilgamesh, like, there's a lot of quality units that can wear this and that benefit from it. There's also Maximilian and the Reliquaries, which you don't have to like buy through this whole thing. But again, you got to be able to get it. It's not that easy. Gemba Ring is pretty new. I forget about what that is, so let me go check real quick. Gemba Ring. What you do? I built Barrier. This is going to give max HP up 20%. Elemental attack resistance up 7, frostbite resistance up 40, immobilize resistance up 40, and berserk resistance up 40. Okay, so again, really good status effect barriers there, because frostbite, immobilize, berserk, that's going to be your Gilgamesh, your Shreka, and just a bunch of people do berserk. A lot of those. So yeah, this covers like some really really relevant status effects, and gives you a little bit more bulk with that HP, and then the elemental attack resistance. So it's like, yeah, definitely helpful. But again, you're gonna have to weigh how much stamina you have for this raid revival and what exactly you feel like prioritizing. And hey, that's on you. Hey, get out of here. That's on you, because I'm not making those decisions. It's not my job. I don't care what you do unless you're in Grayskull. So anyway, I think that gets to the end of No? What's available? Yeah, I think so. So out of these armor pieces, I would say Alex Ring, number 1. Number 2. Number 2 would be the White Marshmallow for me. And the Gemba Ring, for those status effects. And then you have this situational things like the Winter Coat, the Black Garb, and the Diamond Coat. I feel like are all situational on the teams that you're building and the units that you have. Survival Vest is a great thing to have. Army Plate, a great thing to have. But yeah, keep that in mind. As for all these VCs, this is tricksy because if you are a new account, you're maybe struggling with VCs and finding VCs to fit into your subclass. I don't know if I were to have a bunch of raid currency, and I really, just ground this raid into oblivion, which is tough. That's a lot of work. And if I'm hanging out doing that with you, then you're exhausted because I've been talking your ear off or something. So I don't know that I would put those coins into these. That said, it depends what you have, and it depends how hard up you are for good VCs. And the thing is, I worked on maxing out all of these VCs. I really prioritized it, and then I have never really slotted them in. I have to say that even in guild content with cost restrictions, I do not find myself using them, which again, PvE perhaps, if you're trying to tackle some content for selection quests and early on, it's really hard. Yeah, it really is hard to fill out some of those teams sometimes, or in Tower, for instance. This stuff can come in really, really useful. But just I don't tend to use it. I have other stuff, but if you're if you're a new player and you're really, really struggling with PvE content, these are great pickups. That the Demon Chimera card, that's going to give you some evade, and I believe though it's for dark. And then a lot of these are really element based, except for the most recent ones. So the most recent ones have a little bit more versatility, and you can go look at what they do. But those might be the ones maybe to prioritize if you're somebody who just really, really needs more VCs than what the game gives you on launch. Even they're little freebie VCs. So it's good, when you're trying to make that 5 team, when you're trying to make that tower team that needs to get back out there, or reliquaries where you can't reuse certain things. It is good to have a couple of these, but I don't know that I would put my stuff there. I would put all my coin. If I'm going to put all my effort into doing this raid, I would put it into the gear personally, because there's going to be new VCs out all the time. So now I suppose I can go show you what this looks like. Fighting this guy. The other thing, so there's the multi version of this, right? And then there's this hunt quest, which nobody really wants. I haven't done this. But look who I put together. I put about, my favoritos. And here's the thing, I used to do parties, theme parties. It was one of my favorite things to do in FFBE, because I really, personally, I don't love high challenge level content unless I'm playing with friends. I don't really want to do it on my own. So I would like to put together theme parties, and this is my little theme party here. This is not a great example of VC overlap or team synergy at all, but I picked my two of my favorite characters from FFBE, which are Jaden and then Elsarel, the sleepyhead, because her and I are sleep sisters. And then 3 of my favorite characters from the Final Fantasy franchise, Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, my sweet, sweet Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, who is probably most similar to me. And out of all the Final Fantasy characters, we both like to sleep. We both have funny things to say while we sleep, and reluctant heroes. What can I say? And then Celeste. Celeste is my heroic inspiration, and big fan of her. She was probably my first favorite character, and she's a lot like Adora, so there's that. Anyhow, so let's go see how these guys do. They don't have a lot going for them as a team, but they're going to go fight this Plantoid thing. And the thing, with these, again, if you're a new player, I wouldn't sweat this one too much, because we, have had these before with like the beast medals and all the medals, but these medals don't get used. They really don't. So don't sweat it too much if you don't get all the recipes and all of this and that and that and that. I'm curious to see if they can. I don't think they. I don't want to do the nightmare. I'm scared about the nightmare difficulty. But I'll try the brutal. Maybe I'll try all three and then we'll see. I mean, I know what's gonna happen. But alright, cool. Yay! I got a Plantoid killer, otherwise known as I don't want to say it, so I want you to use it. It's bad. It's very bad. Alright, brutal. So, yes, basically, the Raid Revival is an awesome, awesome opportunity to kind of like stock up on recipes, stock up on gear, and then also hopefully get the materials. Man, again, the worst part. That will allow you to craft some of that stuff. But it's not fun. It's not fun unless you hang out. Yes, that is what makes it fun. If you're hanging out and you're running it and you're chatting, that makes it fun. I'm not trying to say that this game isn't fun, but it can be tedious, farming. It's a tedious job out there. Good job, y'all. You're hanging strong in this brutal difficulty. Now, a unit I would love to see in this game from FFBE is Fissilis. My sweet, lovely best girl Fissilis. Everyone is like, doom and gloom, and I'm like, no, they haven't even given us Fissilis yet, so chill. It's all good. Give me some Fissilis. I refuse to think that the game is going in any negative direction until I see that gal, because she needs to be in War of the Visions art. She would be she'd be awesome. She is awesome. Okay, you guys made short work of that. Well done. Dare we try nightmare difficulty? Ooh, that's ugly. Alright, I'll work on that. Don't worry about it. I won't suck you into my challenges. But if it makes anybody else feel better, I'll go attempt this nightmare mode, and then you can be like, oh, see, she couldn't do it, and she's rank 193. And then you, okay. Alright, go to it. So, hey, I'm here for you. Celeste was so cool when she came out. Like, I still think she's cool, but Like, her runic thing is so, like, unique. This game does such a good job of translating some of the older Final Fantasy characters into units in this game, while, like, really kind of, like, holding to what made them unique and showing that through their kit. I've always just been impressed with this game's art and interpretation. Like, even, Noctis as well. Like, his whole thing is this warp strike. Like, that makes him unique. That's his thing. And like, no other character or no other unit in this game does what he does. No other unit does what Celeste does. So yeah, I've been really impressed with that, and I think the game deserves some appreciation for that. And that's why, like, I wish they would also have rolled out more. What the hell? Why are you so big? Ugh. I wish they had rolled out more. I mean, like, I get it. Like, we don't want a bunch of units every week on a banner, right? Because then it's like, oh, I can't get them. Oh, who do I go for? But man, there are so many units we still don't have, and like, we are getting into year 5. This is like a nightmare difficulty? Is it really? Wow. I can conquer my nightmares. Well, no, I should. Shh, quiet. Let's go south. But yeah, it's like, what the heck? There are so many characters still. Like, Rydia? We don't have Rydia? Where the hell is she? She's like so cool. Really great character. One of my favorite characters in the Final Fantasy franchise. She would be in this party if we had her, but she's not, because we don't. And that's just sad. So Rydia, Edgar, Sabin, Beatrix, Final Fantasy 12. Like, where the hell are you? There's so many characters. And then, like, from FFBE, yes, like I said, Physalis. Who's a toad now? The hell? Alright, so maybe I can't beat this. But, hey, this is pretty good showing. It's pretty good showing for Nightmare difficulty, especially on like a team that's in that level synergy. Anyway. Yeah, Madame Adele? Wow, that would be an amazing character. So, it zooms in, it's like a sad frog, belly up. But that's okay, because, I just want to see how it goes. And I thought they did pretty good. They did pretty good for being favoritos and having no synergy. Anyway, yes. So, I just feel like there's so much opportunity still. So many units that I would love to see. So many units that I think people will be excited to see, that people will be excited to grab. And I feel like this game still has, so much life, so much potential. And I really hope other people feel the same. So that's that. Well, anyway, if you need help on the raid, you know where to find me. I'm happy to help with that. I don't know how many days are left. I haven't done any of it, and but I'm happy to help with it. So there's that. And what else can I say? But thank you for hanging out. And as always, cheers.